Hey, ChaosTrainer fans. I think it looks like you can hear me. Good. I got an update for you today. I have released some new stuff. I think you guys probably seen the screen now, but you can actually do some challenge mode stuff. That's not quite ready yet, so I'm going to show you some other things. But what we've got now, and this may take a minute, so feel free to skip forward in time. Come to think of it, I probably should have started this video a little bit later. What we've got here, if you look here, is we've got a little bit of update in the display. So you can see that I'm giving that the number of bots actually for each generation is now dynamic, and it displays it based on the minimum species count. We actually did a lot of work to update it to be more of the neat um, style. Yeah, stats. There we go. So we've got these cool graphs as well, and you guys can choose if you guys want to do mean, which is the yellow, or the median, or the max, or if for any reason you wanted to try and rate bots by the highest minimum, you could do that as well just by going to the fitness manager settings and selecting the sort mode to mean and hitting update. I think that I'll have to take a look at that. And then from there, it'll use the mean of the bots, and you can see here the green one again is the median or the mean there. It'll show you that. And so what I was seeing, and this is why I was so late in getting information out there, was that after a couple of generations of doing pretty good, these guys would actually, their species would kind of flatten out. They're like the score would basically. I probably got like a lot of pictures of these on my desktop or around, but you can see like it would basically become where the bots were not mutating enough each time, and they were breeding in their own species, and then they would their family treated and forked. They became, they just would be doing the same behavior over and over again. So I ended up adding in tools like this right here, the fail to evolve rate. So it's at 0 right now because it's got one spawn, but eventually one will fail to evolve basically on a breed. It might not be this one, but there we go. So that one's got a fail to evolve rate. So that's where basically the bot is identical to its parent. And so that usually again happens only in breed, because other than that, the rest of these test really well. But that's where you just get two parents and they're just too similar. Come on. And sorry about that. Let's see. So you also can see here now the different parent using the neat formula and the mutate action. Whether they breed or mutate, and then if they had a mutate action, this is what happened since the last parent. I also added in stuff like the average neural net duration tick, so that takes this guy's brain 0.9 second or milliseconds to process, and he's processing about 4.2 times a second. That's game time, not real time, versus this is real time. Not important. So we've got some interesting stuff in there. I'm trying to see if anybody's, you see how they kind of level out there. Yeah, so that guy's starting to level out. So if we look at 7 here, his mutate rate should start to change. Sorry. Species 7 evolve rate, sorry. And so you can see right there it started at 5, I think. And so it's starting to go up the more desperate it gets. The closer to the max generation since last improvement, it'll increase the chances of this, and then it'll reset when it gets back down to 0. It'll reset these back to default rates, but that kind of prevents 7 or whatever one from getting too stuck. But problem is, it also can have negative effects as well. but I mean, it's better than just getting stuck and breeding with itself over and over again. It also increases the chance it'll do an interspecies breed as well. So that's just how I've started to combat that staling out there, which happened too frequently. I need to make a better way to switch from screen to screen. Yeah, so now it's getting pretty desperate here because it's up to 8, 9. So if we look at this, his different from parent is 0.1. So let's see. And I could just, I mean, you also can just up the number of, you know, species or times it can do this, but that actually is going back into it. So um, that's not a great sign for that species 7. I bet it's probably going to die pretty soon. Failed to evolve rates, luckily sitting around 0, so each one of them has at least some different from the parent. But I'm betting it's not enough. Or maybe it just all of a sudden shut up. We'll find out. Nope, went down. Yeah, they became extinct. And, well, one's doing well. Let's try that again. Okay, that's an interesting bug that it's off the screen there. And so still, they're not at a point where it's that exciting for that stuff, but, and you can see it slow it down a little bit. Yeah, see the behavior where all those guys just went in the exact same spot? That's what we don't want. These guys, it's a good thing that they're moving, at least in some capacity, they're moving randomly. Not completely, but that's because of their mutation rate's pretty good. So there's still more work to be done, but I'm about to kick off a live stream on my Windows machine and just let it run. So I will, yeah, I will let you guys, I'm probably going to leave you guys with that. But yeah, we've got some new data, we've got some new things to combat getting stale. You know, this is a move in the right direction. I wish we could focus more on gameplay, but I think this is the core mechanic, is teaching them to learn on their own, so this is going to be important. Alright, thank you guys. Check us out on, you know, Twitter and on Discord. There's usually a pretty good conversation going on there. Yeah, so thanks. Take care. How do I close this? Bye.